Alongside me in the studio is our editor-at-large still, Ahmed al Burai. Now, let's touch on this a little bit more. The ceremony looks like it's wrapping up there on the 15th of July Martyrs Bridge. I want to just ask, sort of delve into a bit more depth about the symbol of that particular bridge now and what that bridge means to the people of Istanbul following the events of 12 months ago.
The bridge itself was, as Ali has just mentioned, the place where the people, they stood fast against the coup attempt. Basically, one of the most sincere friends of President Erdogan himself, he's the one who was in charge of his presidential campaign, has been killed on that bridge, he and his son, at that night. It is the place where it represents Turkey and Istanbul mainly, and if the coup plotters were able, the military staff who were there were able to seize that bridge and block it, then Istanbul is done. The whole coup attempt would have succeeded. That's why the people took to that bridge, where it's open area. The helicopters who were launching missiles and gunshots, they were able to directly shoot them and get them down. But the people, with all these kind of brutal scenes coming, they took to the streets with hundreds of friends. They called their family members, and they all, despite this kind of a threat that is they're jeopardizing their own lives, they forget about all of that, and they took to that place and said they tried to defend the country they love, the president they've elected. And it was really symbolic because this is the first time, that Turkey is not a stranger with coup attempts. You have 5 coup attempts that have happened in Turkey, and this was the one that the people themselves were able to thwart and foil, and that's why I think that bridge was very symbolic to the president.
Of course, Istanbul is the only city on the planet that straddles 2 continents. It's divided by the Bosphorus. There are 3 bridges now. I think at the time there were only 2. Before last year, that bridge was a symbol of Istanbul. I suppose even more so now it is the case. I remember seeing that night, I have a great view from where my old apartment was, the bridge, and the people marching towards the bridge, literally to come face to face with the tanks. Did it surprise you at the time that how many people were prepared to risk their lives in this way?
That's why I say it's an epic, that it's a historic day where the people here in Turkey, they gave a great example mainly to the Middle Eastern people. They should know that this is the last coup. Turkey was able, the people here in Turkey, they were able to give that lesson to the whole region that this is the last coup once and forever. If the nation has the will to stand against these tanks, they would be able to do that. And you don't need to have gun machines, you don't need to resort to guns or military resistance. It's only you stand and say no to a military coup, and you will be able to do it. Now, at that time, we were living the same coup attempt a couple of years ago in Egypt. And you remember the people there in Rabia, at that time, they were massing against Sisi, General Sisi. And at that time, I wrote an interesting article for the Middle East Eye, and I was trying to juxtapose how the stances of the opposition in Egypt and the opposition here in Turkey. It was a real wonderful day of solidarity, where the spirit of unity among the opposition, even President Erdogan now he's speaking about, he invited Kılıçdaroğlu after the coup attempt to the rally, and he didn't know that he was watching. But anyway, that day, all the opposition leaders stand by the government, unlike the opposition in Egypt, where they supported the coup attempt, and that led to the catastrophic consequences that we've been watching now. Just imagine what had happened if the coup attempt had succeeded. You would have Fethullah Gulen coming back to Turkey, he would be reinstating a kind of an autocratic regime where he, as a possible Khomeini who is coming back with a revolution to Turkey, would be reinstating his own state that he was looking forward to have. Lots of videos he is speaking in about his aspiration, his dream of having not only Istanbul, not only Turkey, but maybe the whole world. He is speaking about a new vision that he's going to state for the whole world. He is like the Messiah or the Mahdi for the Muslim world. So just imagine if the people factor was not there on the bridge, on other junctures, on other places in Istanbul and in Turkey. If that had succeeded, how the ramifications would be catastrophic on the whole region, not only in Turkey.
Okay, Ahmed, plenty more to discuss with you throughout the course of the evening here on TRT World.